day to you all, students. Hope you are doing well. I am happy to be with you with an interesting lesson. That is, that you are going to learn today how to write a formal letter. Okay? Today you are going to learn how to write a formal letter. The competency and the competency level behind this lesson is displayed on the board, and then the learning outcome, students will be able to face the writing task of the national level examination with confidence and understanding. And then the objective behind the lesson is that at the end of the lesson, students will be able to write official letters using the correct format and suitable language. Okay, students? At the end of the lesson, students will be able to write official letters using correct format and suitable language. Okay, let's get started. You all know what is a letter. You know, you have written letters. You would have seen letters. Okay? So here, I am starting my lesson with the types of letters. There are two types of letters. Okay? One is formal letter and the other one is informal letter. Types of letters. Okay? Letters are of two types. One is formal letter and the other one is informal letter. So I have chosen informal letter. You are going to practice with me with how to write an informal letter. So we will start studying or learning how to write informal letter. Letter writing is an important topic. You all know. Letter writing is an important topic in the English writing skills. Okay? It is an important topic in the English writing skills. Everyone must know how to write a letter. Everyone must know how to write a letter. You know what is a letter? A letter is one person's written message to another pertaining to some matter of common concern. Once again, I am telling you, a letter is one person's written message. One person's written message. A letter is one person's written message. Yes, letter is one person's written message to another pertaining to some matter of common concern. Okay, so as I said earlier, today we are going to learn how to write informal letter. Sorry, I am very sorry. Today you are going to learn how to write a formal letter. Okay, students? How to write a formal letter. Okay, let's go. Here you can see on the slide a letter written for a formal purpose is called a formal letter. There are two types of letters. One is formal letter and the other one is informal letter. So here, as I said, today you are going to learn how to write a formal letter for official purposes. So what is a formal letter? A formal letter, it is written for a formal purpose. It is written for a formal purpose. It's called a formal letter. It addresses a serious issue. Okay, students, once again, A letter written for a formal purpose is called a formal letter. It addresses a serious issue. Here I have shown you types of formal letter. Letters are written for many purposes. Here I have shown you the types of formal letters. Letter 1, letter to the editor. You write letter to the editor. And then letter to the government. Second, letter to the government. And third, letter to the police. Letter to the police. And letter to the principal. In the examples letter, you will see to write a letter to a principal. So here, letter to the principal. You write letters. An order letter. Complaint letter. An inquiry letter. Business letter. Application letter for job. And then letter to the bank manager. An invitation letter. Okay? And resignation letter, and so on. Sorry. And so on, right? So here you can see types of formal letter, so on, etc. Types of formal letter. Letter to the editor, letter to the government, letter to the police, letter to the principal, order letter, complaint letter, inquiry letter, business letter, application letter for job, letter to the bank manager, invitation letter, and resignation letter, and so on. Okay, students. So you must know there are styles uses when writing a letter. Styles. So there are two styles are used normally when writing letters. So here before that one is block form. We will say block form, and the other one is semi-block form. So normally students confuse the format. There are various formats used when writing letters, but I am telling you there are two styles. One is block format, the other one is semi-block format. So I will show you here the block format and the semi-block format. So here, format of a letter includes actually what things should be included when writing a formal letter. You have to consider these things when writing a formal letter. Format of a formal letter includes, you must see this carefully, the following points need to be taken into consideration while writing a formal letter. Okay? The following points need to be taken into the consideration while writing a formal letter. A formal letter strictly follows the prescribed format for writing a formal letter. A formal letter strictly follows the prescribed format for writing a formal letter. Second, use of colloquial words. What is that colloquial words? Use of colloquial words. Where? Yeah, here. Colloquial words. Have you ever heard this word? What is colloquial words? Yes. Language used in ordinary or familiar conversation. Actually, it is not formal. Okay? Or literary. It is not formal. You use this in ordinary or familiar conversation. Those kinds of words are called colloquial words. So you can't use colloquial words when writing formal letter. I mean colloquial means ordinary or familiar. When the language used in ordinary or familiar conversation, it is not formal. Keep in mind, students, it is not formal. You keep it in your mind. not formal. Not formal, colloquial words. And abbreviations, you all know what is abbreviations. Abbreviations, a shortened form of a word or phrase is called abbreviation, a shortened form. Yeah, abbreviations. And slang language. Slang language is also very informal, common in speech than writing. Okay, slang mean it is also very informal, common in speech than writing. So here in the second point, use of colloquial words, it means not formal, abbreviations, shortened form, and slang language should be restricted while writing a formal letter. Should be restricted. Okay, you can't use these words. Okay, colloquial words, abbreviations, I mean shortened form, and slang language should be restricted while writing a formal letter. The second one. And the third one, a formal letter must be precise. You all know the word precise. Precise. What do you mean by the word precise? Accuracy, what you are writing in exact form is called precise. Precise. Okay, students. So, used to emphasize that one is referring to an exact and particular thing. Emphasize. Emphasize. Precise. A formal letter must be precise and to the point. And the last one, the underlined topic. Students, please keep in mind when you are writing a formal letter, you have to write the subject. The subject means the topic. The topic should be underlined. Topic should be underlined when writing a formal letter. Underlined topic. You must underline the topic when writing a formal letter. Important in a formal letter. So here once again I am telling you, a format of a formal letter includes, a formal letter strictly follows the prescribed format for writing a formal letter. And second, use of colloquial words. Colloquial words mean not formal. You can't use not formal, I mean colloquial words cannot be used when writing a formal letter. And abbreviations. Abbreviations mean shortened form. And slang language, it is also not formal than writing. When you are speaking, you can use the slang language, but when writing a letter, especially formal letter, you can't use slang language. So these should be restricted while writing a formal letter. And the last one, a formal letter must be precise, exact. Precise means exact. To emphasize something, so it must be precise and to the point. And the last one, the underlined topic is very important in a formal letter. Have you all understood? Yes, let's go. Here, this is one of the most important part that you are going to learn today when writing a formal letter. Here I have shown you slide by slide the format of a formal letter. Okay? The first and foremost, when you are writing a formal letter, the very first thing, you have to put the sender's address. The sender's address should be placed there. The first one, sender's address. Okay? Keep in mind. Sender's address. You have to start writing the letter with sender's address. The address and the contact details of the sender are written here. include email and phone number if required or if mentioned in the questions. Keep in mind, if mentioned in the questions, only you have to add the include, or you have to add the email and phone number. Okay, if they have questioned you, you have to include email and phone number. Otherwise, it is enough that you have to write the senders and contact details of the sender. Okay, students, on the very first thing when you are writing a letter is sender's address. Finally, with the one slide, I will show you the format. Now, one by one, I am saying the first thing is sender's address. Okay, and the second one, date. It should be there. The date is written below the sender's address. Second component. Okay, these components should be considered when writing a letter. First one is sender's address, and the other one is date. The date is written below the sender's address. Below the sender's address, after leaving one space or line. Okay, second component is date. And the next one, receiver's designation and address. Receiver's designation and address. Do you know the word designation? Designation means a post. Officially, you use this designation word. Designation means a post. Okay, so receiver's address and receiver's designation and address should be there. So the address of the recipient of the letter, the address of the recipient of the letter. Receivers, yes, recipient means receiver of the letter. The officer, the principal, editor is written here. So the third component is receiver's designation and address. Okay, students, and next, salutation. One of the most important component is salutation. Salutation means you greet others when start writing a letter. Sir, respected sir, madam, and so on. So when writing a letter, salutation part. Okay, the salutation is there. So you can give the salutation words such as sir, respected sir, madam, etc. So those kind of words are called used when writing a letter in the salutation part. Okay, students. And the next one is underlined topic. Okay, underlined topic is here. The main purpose of the letter forms the subject. As I said you earlier, the main purpose of the letter forms the subject. So when you are underlining the sentence, only they will come to know the main purpose of the letter. You have to write the topic and you have to underline. So here, the main purpose of the letter forms the subject. It must be written in one line. It must be written in one line, and it must convey the matter for which the letter is writing. It must convey. Convey means saying. You are saying something, what you are going to say. Okay, it must convey the matter for which the letter is written. So the fifth component is underlined topic. The main purpose of the letter forms the subject. It must be written in one line, and it must convey the matter. It must convey. Convey means you are going to say what you are saying here. You are saying what the letter is about. So it must convey the matter for which the letter is written. And the sixth component, body of the letter. Yes, body of the letter. The matter of the letter is written here. It is divided into 3 paragraphs as follows. It is divided into 3 paragraphs. Okay? Keep in mind, the matter of the letter is written here. It is divided into 3 paragraphs as follows. In the first paragraph, introduce yourself. You have to, on the very first paragraph, you have to introduce yourself and the purpose of writing the letter in brief. Okay, the purpose of writing the letter in brief. Okay, in the very first paragraph you have to introduce yourself and the purpose of writing the letter in brief, the purpose. In the second paragraph, give a detail of the matter. In the second paragraph, you have to give a detail of the matter. And in the third paragraph, conclude by mentioning what you expect. Paragraph 3, conclude by mentioning what you expect. For example, a solution to your problem, to highlight an issue in the newspapers. So in the third paragraph, conclude by mentioning what you expect. For example, a solution to your problem, to highlight an issue in the newspapers. This is the sixth component, body of the letter. Okay, and the last, ending. Sender's name, signature and designation, if any. So you have to enclose the letter in the complementary part, the ending part. You have to write sender's name, signature and designation, if any. Okay, students, these are the components used when writing a letter. Okay, yes, once again you can go through the components. The first one is sender's address. Second, date written below the sender's address after leaving one space or line. Third, receiver's designation and address. And fourth, salutation, suitable salutation should be used there. So, respected sir, madam, or etc. An underlined topic which says main purpose of the letter, and body of the letter which consists of 3 paragraphs. First, introduce yourself. Second, conclude by mentioning what you expect. Second, give a detail of the matter. And the third one, conclude by mentioning what you expect. And the seventh, complementary part, ending. Sender's name, signature and designation, if any. Yes, so here I have shown you, when writing formal letters, we must careful use of language. The use of language is very important when writing a letter. The tone of letter should not be casual or personal. As I told you, the tone of letter should not be casual or personal. The following are useful phrases for reference. Okay, in the very first situation, beginning the letter, suitable present expresses. Okay, beginning the letter, we can write, we are writing to advise you of, we are writing to confirm, and this is to inform you that. So like this way you can begin the letter. Okay, students, we are writing to advise and we are writing to confirm. This is to inform you that. Like this way you can begin the letter. And second, stating a reference. Stating a reference. Further to your letter of 5th June. Thank you for your letter of 23rd January. With reference to your telephone conversation today. These are the stating a reference when you are using, when writing a letter, when you are saying a reference, you can use these sentences as examples. Then giving good news. When you are giving good news, these phrases can be used. I am delighted to tell you that. Okay, students, I am delighted to tell you. When you are giving a good news, you can say, I'm delighted to tell you that. And you will be pleased to hear that. You will be pleased when you are saying, giving good news. You will be pleased to hear that. And giving bad news. First is good news, And then the other one is giving bad news. We regret to inform you that. Okay? We regret to inform you that. And unfortunately, okay? Unfortunately. And I'm afraid. Unfortunately, I am afraid. Okay? Unfortunately. When giving bad news, you can say, we regret to inform you that, and unfortunately, I am afraid. And next, making a request. Making a request. We would be grateful if you could. Grateful. We would be grateful if you could. Grateful. Okay? And I would appreciate it if you could. When you are request something, you can use these phrases. Okay? Making a request. When you are making a request, you can apply these phrases. We would be grateful if you could. I would appreciate if you could. Okay? Please let us know if it would be possible. Please let us know if it would be possible. You are asking your principal to have online classes. So you are making a request. Please let us know if it will be possible. Okay, then could you possibly, these kinds of phrases are used when making a request. And offering a help. Offering a help. If you wish, we would be happy to. When you are offering a help, you can state the phrase, if you wish, we would be happy to. And please do not hesitate to ask. Hesitate. Please do not hesitate to ask. Okay? And would you like me to? These phrases are used when offering help. And apologizing. Apologizing. You made a mistake. You made a mistake. So you apologize. So you apologize. When using the apologizing, you can say, I am sorry about the delay in replying. I am sorry about the delay in replying. And I would like to apologize for. I would like to apologize for. And we are sorry for any inconvenience caused. We are sorry for any inconvenience. Sorry for the inconvenience. Okay. So when apologizing, you can use these kinds of phrases. And enclosing documents. I am enclosing. Please find enclosed. When enclosing document, you can use I am enclosing and please find enclosed. And closing remarks. When you are closing your letter, these remarks can be used. When closing remarks, if you have any further questions, if you need more, do not hesitate to contact me. And next, if we can help in any way, please contact us again. And thank you for your help. Closing remarks. Okay? And the last, referring to future contact. Referring to future contact. I look forward to meeting you next week. I look forward to meeting you. Okay, students? When referring to future contact, you can write, I look forward to meeting you next week. Looking forward to seeing you on 29th February. Okay. Looking forward to seeing you on 29th February. And looking forward to receiving your commands in due course. Okay. Looking forward to receiving your commands in due course. So these should be considered when writing letter. Okay, students? Yeah. And now the most important part, that format of a formal letter. Once again, I am telling you, format of a formal letter. Yes, as I told you earlier, you have to start writing the letter using the sender's address. sender's address. So letters are written using two styles. One is block style, block, and the other one is semi-block. Semi-block. So the first part I show you here is block format, block style. So block style, you will see the components which are placed in particular places. So you will see what is a block format here. First, on the very first part, the very first component part, you will start writing the letter by writing the sender's address. Here you can see the monitor, grade 11C, Jaffna Hindu College students. And another important thing that you have to keep in your mind, the punctuation mark. Here you can see the monitor, comma, grade 11C, comma, Jaffna Hindu College, full stop. The punctuations, the punctuation marks are powerful, they say. So you must use punctuation mark here appropriately. So here you can see the comma and full stop are used here. The monitor, comma, grade 11C, comma, Jaffna Hindu College. This is the very first component, that is sender's address. Okay, students. And second, date. Date. Directly below the sender's address, leaving one line, you have to put the date. 15th June 2020. So here the date is 15th June 2020. The second component is date, directly below the sender's address. Okay, the second component is date. And the other one, receiver's designation and address. Okay, the third component that you are going to use when writing the style of block format. There are two formats used, as I said you earlier. One is block format, the other one is semi-block format. This type is called block format. Okay, students, I will say what is semi-block format. You can choose either block format or semi-block format. Okay, according to your wish, you can use. Do not hesitate about it. There are two styles accepted when writing formal letter. One is block format and the other one is semi-block format. This is the format. This format is called block format. Okay, let's continue. The third component that you have to write under the date, that is receiver's designation and address. Here, class teacher. Okay, you are sending a letter to a class teacher. The class teacher, grade 11C, Jaffna Hindu College. The third component. Next, salutation. Salutation. Dear sir or madam or respected sir, such words can be used as salutation words. So here the word is salutation is here. Okay, dear sir, the fourth component. And next one is underlined topic. Please keep in mind, students, underlined topic. Request for special online classes is the topic. Request for special online classes. Okay, this is the topic that you are going to write, and you have to underline when writing a letter. And as I said you, the body mean paragraph 1 state the purpose of your letter. In paragraph 2 gives details about the subject of your letter, and paragraph 3 suggests the course of action or offers a solution. Okay, in the first paragraph you state the purpose of your letter. In the second paragraph gives details about the subject of your letter, and in the third paragraph suggests the course of action or offers a solution. Okay, this is the body part. And next, ending or complimentary closing, we say ending. Thank you, yours obediently, yours faithfully. Okay, such words can be used. Yours obediently, signature and name. Please see this format. While when you are closing the letter, the complementary part, you must write by saying yours obediently or yours truthfully or yours faithfully, like this, comma. You see, once again I am telling you, you must take care about the punctuation marks. Okay, thank you. Full stop, yours obediently, comma, signature and name. Okay, students, you see the ending part. After writing the body means you have to write the body. You have to divide into 3 paragraphs. In the very first paragraph, you have to state the purpose of your letter, and in the second paragraph gives details about the subject of your letter, and in the third paragraph suggests a course of action or offers a solution. Right? When closing in the complementary part, you have to give yours obediently and signature and name. Okay, so this is the format used when writing a format. This style is called the block format. Okay, students? Yes. And here I have given you a question which appeared on the final paper 2018. This is a question which appeared on the final paper, final English language paper 2018. Yes, this is a kind of formal letter. Test number 14. You will have 2 options, either letter writing or graph writing. I am not quite sure whether it is always the same or not, but until 2019, we see the questions. You will have 2 options. One is you will have to write a letter or a graph, description of a graph. So here test number 14 is a letter which is a formal letter. The question is, write on one of the following, use about 100 words. Okay, the question is, your teacher, English teacher, asked you to read some English storybooks after the exam. Yes. Excuse me, sorry for the inconvenience. And the Zoom participants, please wait a minute. Here is an operation going on. Okay, let's continue. Sorry for the interruption. The question is, your English teacher asked you to read some English storybooks after the exam. Write a letter to the manager of the Lake House bookshop, Colombo, asking for information about the books for children. Ask for the following information: the titles of the books available. The following information should be there. Sorry. Ask the following information. Okay. Yeah. Ask for the following information. The first one, the titles of the books available, the prices and discounts, if any. You have to include these things. Mode of payment and mode of delivery. When writing, the following information should be there. The question is, your English teacher asked you to read some English storybooks after the exam. Okay? Write a letter to the manager of the Lake House bookshop, Colombo, asking for information about the books for children. Okay, students, so can you try this? Can you try this by using the above format? Okay,
You see. Here is the answer which was given as the key. I got this answer from the key. Key means the scheme. I got it. So you see here where almost all the parts, almost all the components are here. Just start saying sender's address. 33 Temple Road, Nugegoda, 7th December 2018. Sender's address and date. Okay. Sender's address, yes, here, and second date, and the receiver's designation and address here. Salutation used here. This is the answer I got from the scheme 2018. Okay, address and date, receiver's designation and the address, and salutation, and the other component is the underlined topic. You see the topic? Topic: requesting information about the books for children. Requesting information about the books for children. It clearly shows the purpose of the letter. Okay? It clearly shows the purpose of the letter when you are underlining. Requesting information about the books for children. And then in the body, okay, in the content part, they have written, as our English teacher asked us to read some storybooks after the exam, I need to purchase some English books from your bookshop. Okay? On the very first paragraph, start by saying, I told you what should be in the first paragraph. The purpose of your letter should be there. State the purpose of your letter. As our English teacher asked us to read some storybooks after the exam, I need to purchase some English books from your bookshop. Children, the language style, the tone of language should be in an appropriate way when writing a letter. I need to purchase. You see the style, I need to purchase. Okay? I need to purchase. And as our teacher, as our English teacher asked us to read some storybooks after the exam, the style of language is here. I need to purchase some English books from your bookshop. Okay? And in the second paragraph, I told you that you have to give details about the subject. Give details. I would be much obliged. I would be much obliged. Okay, students? You see the style of language. I would be much obliged. I would be much obliged if you could send me the titles of the books available in your bookshop, mode of payment, the prices of the books, and the mode of delivery. Okay? Brief details are here. Details about the subject of your letter. I would be much obliged if you could send me the titles of the books available in your bookshop, mode of payment, the prices of the books, and the mode of delivery. Already they have given you the information should be included. They said in the question, the information should be included. So you cannot miss those information. You must include the information which they have given you in the letter. Okay? Then I am glad. Okay, good news you are saying, I am glad. I am glad. If you could give me a reasonable discount, if you could give me, if you could, you see the language style. The style of language is here. If you could give me a reasonable discount for the books too. Please be kind enough to send me a favorable response. Okay? Please be kind enough to send me a favorable response. The action and the offers states here. Okay? Please be kind enough to send me a favorable response. By closing, thank you, yours faithfully, the signature and the name. This is the sample answer given on the scheme, 2018 paper. This question was there. Okay, students, so here I have given you a sample. This is what is called block style. Okay, and in the semi-block format, the sender's address and the date will be here. You will write the sender's address and date in the block format. The semi-block format. And then here you will write the receiver's designation. You see, with the blue color, I have written the words, the letter 1, 2, 3, the numbers. This format is used normally. It is called block format. The answer shown here is block format, and by using the blue color, I am telling you that you can choose writing a semi-block format. In the semi-block format, the address and the date is placed here, and then the receiver designation and the salutation is here. Then the underlined topic will be the same place, and the body, and then finally the closing part will be here. Closing mean by saying your name and signature, compliment, yours faithfully or yours. This is what is called semi-block format. I should have shown you in a separate slide, but I am very sorry that I couldn't show it here. But in the semi-block format, students, keep in mind there are two styles used in formal letter. One is block format, and the other one is semi-block. The answer line topic will be here, and body, and then finally the closing part will be in the right hand side. Okay, so this one is called semi-block format. Sorry, I'm really sorry. I should have given you the format of semi-block also, but I couldn't bring it here. Anyhow, you can see the answers, how it is written here, the language, the format. Okay, this is the answer you must have written when writing the answer for this question. So here, for you I have given you, please attempt the following formal letters in your exercise book. You have to know these questions and try answering this question. Attempt the following formal letters. Pay attention to the format. Pay attention. Again and again I am telling you. Pay attention to the format. Pay attention to the format. And remember to incorporate all the points mentioned. All the point mentioned. Yes, write a letter to the reputed company complaining that the laptop that you bought lately from them has technical problems. Say what you want to do and what kind of support you need. As the class teacher of 11D, write a letter to the school bookshop placing an order for certain stationery items that are required for the ongoing examinations. And third, you had ordered a book from an online bookstore. But when the book arrived, the cover was torn. The past particle of tear.
tear torn. So when the book arrived, the cover was torn. Write a letter to the customer service department of the bookstore requesting a replacement. And then you are a parent writing to the principal of the school where your children are studying. You feel they have too much free time. You feel this should be used to do more schoolwork. So you are a parent writing to the principal of the school. Now our principal is doing a great job that he's arranging online classes step by step. First we have started teaching AL students and then OL students, now grade 10 students, and coming weeks will be for grade 9 students, okay, and 8, 7 or so on. So our principal is doing this. You are a parent writing to the principal of the school where your children are studying, and you borrowed some books from your school library. You borrowed some book from your school library. Unfortunately, you have to go away to visit a sick relative and can't return the books in time. Write a letter to a librarian explaining what has happened and telling him or her what you want to do about it. Okay, telling him or her what you want to do about it. And next one, your neighbors have recently written to you to complain about the noise from your house or flat. Your neighbors have recently written to you to complain about the noise from your house or flat. Write a reply to your neighbor in your letter. Explain the reason for the noise, apologize, and describe what action you will take. And in the final question, you were hurt in a minor accident inside a shopping mall. You were hurt in a minor accident inside a shopping mall and you wish to complain. Write a letter to the manager of the mall. In your letter, say who you are, give details about the accident, suggest how, sorry, here the word there's a misspelled the word here, sorry, mistyped. Yeah, how? Suggest how the mall could prevent similar accidents. So please try these questions, students. And when writing, pay attention to the format and remember to incorporate all the points mentioned. Okay, thank you. I hope you enjoyed the lesson and hope it is very useful to you when writing a formal letter. Thank you and may God bless you.